It's your boy Sid, and welcome to Speak Your Mind all the time. I got my guest on the show, like always, backed by popular demand. I got Spoonie, and my man Jay Tuck is in the building.
What's up? What's up?
No, now that I'm seeing Jay for a minute. Jay, you losing weight, man?
Yeah, bro. I saw you grinding. I got you in there, man. So,
bro, your face looks a little slim, man.
Yeah, I know everyone's saying, man, like Jay, like I'm almost down, like 15 thus far, or no, I'm almost down like 30 total, man. So
wow.
I'm grinding, man. I'm trying to get like Sid, man.
I'm up 30. I'm up 30 pounds since I started training.
So I'm gonna take my weight and give it to you, so you can.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Listen, before we get started, man, I want to send a shout out to SoFlo and his wife, man. I know they had a loss in a family. Big shout out to them, guys. Please pray up for them, man. They're part of Cowboy Nation family, man. They're part of our family, and please let your prayers go to them. And we wish you guys all the best. If you need anything, we're always here for you guys.
Absolutely.
All right, man. So before we get the show started, we're going to do what we usually do. Spoonie, let the people know where to find you, man. I think Spoonie's having a little bit of internet issues, but hopefully we get that rectified shortly. So Spoonie, let the people know where to find you, man.
You can find me at Spoonie881 on Twitter, and you can find me on Wednesday nights at Star Game Podcast with BJ Nix, Miss Mariella, Mr. Jordan Tuck, and the PO, Professor Matt Owens.
Yeah, man. Definitely be sure to check that out, man. Jake Tuck, let the fans know where to find you.
Yeah, you guys can find me, of course, on Twitter at JTuck151 right there. At JTuck151, and then also on my YouTube channel, Cowboys Fans Only. And just like Spoon said, you can catch me with the Star Game family on Wednesday nights. Spoonie, Nix, Professor O, Mariella, the fam in the chat, man. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And then, of course, CowboysFansOnly.com for your CFO gang merch, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely go check out that CFO gang merch, man. It's hot off the press. J Tuck's always releasing some hot merch. I'm in Canada, so I'm sorry, man. I looked at the shipping. I'm like, what? Oh, hell no.
I got you. I got you, man. I can fix that. So
all right, no problem, man. A few people are in the chat already, but I know the chat's gonna start getting crazy shortly. Elazar Mendoza, Keith M, Matt O is in the building.
Matt O Mendoza, what's going on, Keith? What's going on, guys?
What's up, fellas? What's up? So let's just jump right into it. OTA started. I think Mike McCarthy came out today. I don't know if you guys saw the interview. Jay, did you see the interview?
Yeah, I caught the interview.
Okay, Spoonie, you caught the interviews as well. What you guys? I'll start with you, Spoonie. What'd you get from the interview? Because it seems like Mike McCarthy didn't want to he didn't want to say too much. He was very dropping little hints about a few players, but he didn't go too much into depth. So what did you think about the interview?
In my opinion, this is part of the culture change. In the past, with the Garrett era, a lot of information would be put out there. It was a lot of selling on these players and what's going on during camp. As we talked about in the past, since last year with the blue and white scrimmage, what did we get out of that? Nothing. All you saw was pretty much video of flashes of players in their uniform. That was it. And you're seeing the same thing, something boring, not telling a lot of information out there what was going on with the Cowboys. Pretty much little tips here and there. That's all you're getting. He's not going to give out much. That's part of the culture change. And for me, I like it like that. Give the media, less the media, work more in-house to get better.
Right.
Okay. All right. What, Jay, you tune in on that too, man?
Yeah. I feel like, it feels like football, man. And that's the one thing I like. And, granted, if we go back to last year, we didn't have OTAs, man. So we didn't get this.
Yeah.
And Mike McCarthy and Mike Nolan was trying to, brand new to the Dallas Cowboys at that time, was trying to implement everything via Zoom conversations like this. So we see the pictures of Dan Quinn being hands in the dirt, very hands-on approach. We didn't get that last year, and I feel like we suffered the consequences due to that. So as a Cowboys fan, I'm excited to see us getting that early start implementing the offense, implementing this defensive scheme, getting these rookies up to speed, but not only the rookies, but also the veterans, teaching them what does Dan Quinn want. So that way, when we get to camp in July in Oxnard, there ain't no questions. You got the playbook.
Yep.
I presented back in May what we wanted to do. This is what you have to work on at that point. So I feel like it should be all steams ahead by the time we get to camp. And so I'm excited about it. I know a lot of people kind of be like, but it's like I've been saying, like, we're about to get into the dark days with no football right now. So it's like, enjoy these next 6 to 7 days that you got while you can. Like I said, I'm excited to see, not only our players out there, but some of the players that were injured last year, which I'm sure we'll talk about returning back to football activity. So I'm good, man.
Yeah, I was very excited. Mike McCarthy actually looked a little slim too. He looked a little bit like you, Jay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we get back in shape, man. We grinding Mike McCarthy. Yeah.
Mike McCarthy looked like he was a little slim, but his eyes were like, I never noticed that before. So,
yeah.
But I like what he said because, obviously we talked about Dak, and he said he's happy with what he's seeing from Dak. They're taking it easy. Right. They don't want to push anything, right? Because, like 160 mil, we want him to be fully healthy,
right?
But I do think at one point, they're going to start saying, hey, let's see how he's going to do when it comes to pad workout. And I think that's what Mike McCarthy was trying to hint on. He said, when we get the pads and full scrimmage, then we're going to see how things are going. But for right now, we're just taking it easy on certain people. And I think he talked about Lyle Collins as well. Zach Martin, he said those guys are looking great. They look like they're in shape. Right. What do you guys think about and I was like, Zach Martin, Lyle Collins, he made it seem like 100%. We all know, those guys are pretty much injury prone. Are you guys worried about those guys going into the season, Spoonie?
Well, listen, we all know about Tyron Smith. He's always the one that they'll miss a couple of games here and there. But Lyle, we don't know him missing games until last year. So hopefully those guys come back much better from the injuries they had. And I'm glad McCarthy's taking it easy on them because, at the end of the day, you got a whole full season ahead of you. There's no point to rush these guys and go crazy out there. You want them fresh for training camp. This is the baby steps right here. By training camp you go full live. Again, Mike didn't have training camp last year, so it's very important that he has everybody 100% participant, bearing no injuries in camp this season.
Right.
You need it. Yeah. So I'm happy these guys are back. Listen, if McCarthy feels they're good, as Cowboy Nation, we also feel they're good. They in uniform. They back.
Right.
Yeah.
And I agree with Spoon said, man. I think the main priority is, like I said, it's just what you're seeing right now, to be honest with y'all, it's kind of just walkthroughs, right? You're not going to see no pass, no collision, exactly. Right? Because Mike McCarthy even said that. He's like, we had a few collisions, which, as a coach, if you ever played the game of football, when you have collisions kind of walk through, man, you kind of get chewed out. Like, what are you doing? So that's the point, man. We're just trying to get to camp, but get the players in some kind of movement. But, when it comes down to Lyle Collins, man, I feel very optimistic about, where he's going to be headed this year, because for the most part, last year, COVID, the coaching staff couldn't be hands-on, right? And it's kind of like, right, when you have teachers, right, kids, it's like, all right, you can teach, but if you're not in that classroom, it's a lot different than when they're at home. So, I feel like this year, Lyle Collins coming off an injury, he's going to be at the workouts. He's going to be doing his weights. He's going to be doing everything that he needs to do to kind of get back in that football routine to be back to camp. So, I'm optimistic about the health of Lyle Collins. Now, of course, with the hip injury, different things like that, everything can happen, especially with a guy of that frame. But, the concerns that we had last year about him not being in shape, I posted pictures earlier this, past few months about him being in shape. And, of course, he had some Twitter trolls like, he still looks fat. Like, whatever, bro. He's in shape. So you can see abs to Lyle Collins, man. Tyron Smith, we always know, is a coin flip. But I feel like right now, based on what we went through last season, we got enough depth of people got quality reps that if something was to happen to Tyron Smith, then it's not like, all right, how it used to be, where it's like, all right, throw everything out the window. So I'm excited to see this O-line. When I saw the video and then walking back out, man, I almost got goosebumps. So
you know what? I didn't catch that.
Think you're underwater, Spoon.
Spoonie, you're underwater, my guy.
I'm good connection, y'all. I'm straight.
Yeah, you're good now. Repeat what you said though.
No, that was. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, you cutting in and out, Spoon.
Okay, he's gonna come back. So let me ask you something. How do you feel about? And please, if I say his name wrong, I know I'm gonna mash it up. DeMonte Casey.
You got it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how do you like? I'm reading up on this guy. He comes from Atlanta. He had like a whole 7 months off, tore his Achilles. He seems like one thing I'm glad from what I'm reading though is that he's focused on being back. He's happy to be back. He said it's been a long 7 months. Do you think that he's going to make a difference in Dallas? Because he seems hungry.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a healthy DeMonte Casey, I feel like he's an upgrade over what we currently had, and of course Xavier Woods, and some of those other players back there. So I feel like he is an upgrade. Now, I think when it comes to DeMonte Casey, the question mark is health, and I actually just spoke about that in my video just dropped. I think we were kind of questioning, we all spoke that there was a possible rumor that he was going to be on the ineligible to participate list, the pup list is what we call it. But he was at camp today. He was out there playing, getting a full reps. And so I think that's something that was something that I said personally, that was a good sign to actually see him out there, because I feel like he is going to be one of those cornerstone players that we're going to have out there, because that's why Dan Quinn brought him out, because what the scheme is a cover three. You're gonna have a single high guy, so he's gonna be back there kind of on an island to do everything. And so you need a guy with instincts and familiarity that knows what the hell's going on. So I feel like that's why Dan Quinn brought DeMonte Casey to Dallas, because he can translate, he can see the field and everything's going on from that safety position. So him being healthy and actually being a part of OTAs already, that's a great sign for Cowboys Nation.
Yeah, I think he was a good addition. At first, I think everybody was skeptical and they're like, "Oh yeah, but tore an Achilles, he's injury prone. Is he going to be?" And what I'm reading and what I'm seeing already, he's hungry. And I think he's happy to be on a team that's going to make, that where he's going to be an asset.
Right.
Yeah. So, Spoonie, I don't know if you heard my question, but I said, DeMonte Casey, what do you think? I don't know if you read the articles that came out today about him. Do you think he's a good addition to the Dallas Cowboys? Jay Tuck's definitely on the KZ train, as he would call it.
I wouldn't say a train.
But you're happy. Okay, but you're happy. Okay, he's a good addition to be a corner.
Right.
I mean, he's an upgrade. He's an upgrade at the safety position. I'm not. Yeah, it's no train. It's just more like a Prius. It's like a Prius,
So, Spoonie, what do you think, man?
Well, listen, as one half of the tag team champions of the safety committee with Jay Tuck, we always express in the past about getting a real good safety. And I'll say this: I'm cool with KZ as part of this team. He's definitely an upgrade for what we had in the past. I definitely feel he'll give 100%
right
effort on the plays aside from what we had last year. So he's definitely an upgrade for what we had last year. Hopefully the guys behind him we drafted, Maku from South Carolina. Hopefully, we see some things out of him in camp to make us feel like he's the future guy. But as far as Kazi is concerned, I'm very good with it. It's definitely an upgrade what we had last year, and he has big potential. Shout out to Mendoza. I know since last season when we was talking about the team about to blow up for the new offseason, and he was one of the guys out there saying, "Listen, Kazi, and look, we got him." So I think Cowboys fans will be happy this play this season.
But also, like I said, Earl Thomas hit me. I texted him earlier. Just hit me, Russ. I want to talk. Yeah, I just want to talk.
Are you still on the Earl Thomas train?
Damn right I am. And I'll say this, because I'm going to ask you a question, Sid. And I asked everyone in the chat, and I asked this on Twitter, right? What do you think will happen first? The Dallas Cowboys will make a Super Bowl appearance, or we will spend premium value to get a true free safety?
I hope we go premium value to get a true safety, because we got to think long term.
I don't know. I honestly, if I had to put money on it, I would say we would go to a Super Bowl first.
First, you think?
Before we get a safety.
You know what's funny? Because
before we spend a first round draft pick on a safety, I don't see it happening.
You know why? You know why I'm saying that? Because, and I just told Spoonie this, and I spoke about it earlier. I see us making what the moves that we're making. I see us making a playoff run and maybe a Super Bowl appearance, maybe if everything gels well. But I'm just saying, if we need to put certain things in place to make that happen. We still haven't addressed the safety position.
No.
And it's something that, and for us to get to that Super Bowl, we need to give up. We need to give, I don't care what we say. They need to go out and get somebody, and we're going to have to give up some picks later on.
I hope it happened. Derwin James would come up to Stephen Jones and shake him and says, "Come get me now."
No, you don't think it's going to happen?
Nah.
I finally joined BJ, Tuck, and Professor O of leaving that safety train alone. I'm retiring from it. Of the hashtag route, I'm retiring that. Why? It's never gonna happen. We had Earl Thomas go into the Dallas Cowboys locker room and tell them, "Come get me." Right? We had Jamal Adams ringing the bell. Hey, I want to come to Dallas.
In Dallas.
Twice.
Trying to make it happen.
Right. We had Stephen Jones playing with Minka Fitzpatrick. And see, what's that about? We more aggressive, right? We had
Tyrann Mathieu again.
Right. We had Derwin James one pick before we got, right before we got OVE. Didn't happen. So I'm with BJ. I'm with Tuck, PO, Miss Mariella. The safety train is done. The hashtag route is over with. We got what we got, and that's all.
No, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? It's going to be one of those years that we do all this draft talk on these safeties, right? And the Cowboys are going to take one, and it's going to be one of the worst available.
Like, You think that's what's going to happen?
Yeah, and with the 25th pick, like Dallas Cowboys, we got one, but it was. Oh man, let's roll with it, man. So I just don't see it happening at this point.
It's gonna be brutal. You know what? It's gonna be one of those picks that people are gonna lose their damn minds.
Right.
Yeah. So you guys don't think we're ever gonna address the safety?
I mean, we'll address it. We'll address it, but not spend a premium value.
Yeah,
we're not gonna spend a premium value on it, right? Yeah.
Listen,
if Tyrann Mathieu hits the market next year, we're not gonna address it.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
You know what? I'm going to believe you. You know why I'm going to believe you? Because you guys were so on the pitch train, Surtain train, and that didn't work out for you guys. So if you're saying that this is not going to work, I'm believing you.
Right? It's not going
to work. I mean, listen, Stephen Jones. Listen, he if one thing he told us was that his cap situation is more important than anything else. And that's just being honest. When Jerry Jones was here, when he was the one in charge and getting players, any star player that was available, he's putting his hands on them. And, and I believe if Jerry was that guy a long time ago, and at this generation, he would have definitely went out there and got a Minka, a Jamal Adams. He would have loved the idea, especially where it's good for business, jersey sales and stuff like that, especially Jamal Adams. He would have went in for that. And that would have been the thing. It's not gonna. Stephen Jones is a whole new different breed. His thing is building through the draft, letting guys walk, get comp in return, keep getting more play. Basically, like the way college football is run. How's that run? Well, basically, you have your redshirt guys. I'm not gonna stop my redshirt guys. I'm gonna hold them, let the guys walk off, then get my. And every year you keep bringing more players in. Plays in. That's just the way he's running the operation. The only problem is we're not winning. That's my issue. We're not winning like that, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he froze up. So Spoonie, Professor O says Spoonie went from Route 29 to Route 33 to Route fuck my life.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Matt. Oh man, his girl just had a baby yesterday.
God bless.
Congratulations on that, man. Yeah. Wish you all the best. Kids are great. My kids are all grown. They're all over 18 pretty much. So enjoy the changing diapers and all that kind of stuff, man, because that's all behind me. So congratulations to you, man. We got Moving the Chains in the building. She said they should have drafted Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
I would have bought that jersey 20 times over. He could have stayed on the bench. Wouldn't have married. That jersey would have been so awesome.
And here's the point. See now she gets me confused. I'm calling you moving the chains. I'm not calling you Rika because that's all I do. So moving the chains, like I said.
Oh, I didn't even notice the Rika. My bad.
yeah. So we had 11 picks, y'all, and didn't even use one of them to address the safety position. We drafted a corner and said we're going to switch him over to safety. We'll build you a safety. But like you said, we had Jamar Johnson. You had Diablo available. You had a Darius Washington who slid out of the draft. Like all these people were just sitting there available. Man, I'm cool. And then he laughed about it in the post-draft conference. So,
yeah. Listen, I think that the Dallas Cowboys are allergic to safeties.
Yep. they just don't value it. They just don't value it.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, listen, the last time we value a safety was when we drafted Roy Williams in the top. What was it? He's picked number 6, number 7. Well, with top 10, he was picked in the top. Right. That was the last time we actually value a safety, and it was a great idea. Why? He played from Texas. He's coming home to Dallas. That's what Jerry understood. I'm telling you right now, if Jerry was running this team, we would have had Jamal Adams on this team already. That's put out there. This is the new Stephen Jones.
You guys think that Jerry's to the point where he's literally taking that much of a step back?
I think
to me that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. I think he is. I mean, I think it's just Stephen Jones's show. Like now, it's just people have to understand that. Like Jerry Jones is the voice. We're going to hear it from Jerry Jones. He's going to have his radio show, but who's making decisions ultimately? It's Stephen Jones. Now Jerry might chime in from time to time, but it's the son now running the ship, man. So it's just
So Professor O says Jamar Johnson in round 5. I'd give up Golston, right or ball for him. No questions asked. Pick 84, 99, or 138.
Right. He easily could have given up that ball pick, or actually the right pick as well, and been perfectly fine. Like, so.
Listen, we can't change it. The draft is done.
Mm-hmm.
We can't go back. The only thing we got to do is focus on what the upcoming season and what's going to happen, right? So, go ahead, Spoonie. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I was gonna say, on the bright side, I know we're not trying to sound like just bad news, but I'll say this: I trust Dan Quinn to really coach up these guys. If I could do the draft differently, trust me, we all would have done it differently. But I do trust Quinn only because when he had in Seattle, remember when he had in Seattle, a lot of these guys he didn't draft in Seattle, but they were lower round draft picks, and he turned them into a monstrous defense, a top defense of all time. So I feel coming in Dallas I know what he can do here. I think definitely we'll be a way better defense than we was last season, and show that potential where we're going. So,
listen, the way like last season, I think a lot of things were against us. We had a bad defensive coach. We had COVID against us. A lot of rookies, new coaching staff, pretty much across the board. There was just like Dak got injured. Everything just didn't go right for us last year. And I see a bit of promise going into this season because I see Dan Quinn's out there. Like, he's physically out there working with these guys. Mm-hmm. And I think that what he did with Atlanta, I went to look back. He had a good streak with Atlanta. He's respected by the players. He's a hands-on type of guy. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do with the defense. But what type of defense do you think we're going to be running this year?
Oh, boy.
That's the magic question, right? 3-4, 4-3.
Yeah, sit. Yeah.
Am I opening up a can of worms right now?
Yeah, man. It's been an entire headache conversation on Twitter. God, wait. So, Spoon, I'll let you chime in, Spoon. I'll let you go first.
I mean, listen, we went from Wilcox, Jabril Wilcox playing safety. We going from now the Dallas Cowboys defense running a 3-4, no, it's a 4-3. No, it's gonna be it's basically 3-4 base, a 4-man down lineman, X, Y, and Z. It's too much. And I'm going to quote what Tuck said earlier on Twitter that hopefully a lot of Cowboys fans quote. I know I did. And he says, relax. Training camp hasn't even started yet.
Right.
You know, and that's when we're going to really, really know is what we actually going to run when we start seeing more stuff happening. Right now, we're going on for just pretty much interviews.
Right.
And pretty much hearsay. I mean, listen, Dan Quinn did come out and say, he said basically it's going to be a 3-4 base with 4-man lineman, right? A lot of big nickel. That's what's going to, if he said that, then that's what we have to go with until we see during live games or practices or preseason what are they really running. Right now, we all against, I mean, we all excited. That's the main thing. We're excited football's back. We're excited about the new schemes we're going to run. We got better coaching, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of that going on. But like Tuck said earlier, slow it down.
Relax. It's day 2 of OTAs, and the conversation was 3-4-4-3. He lied to us. I'm like, bro, can he learn the players' names first? Like, relax. And I think a lot of fans, I would say, have PTSD when it comes to Mike Nolan. But, you know, just for all the considering factors that we spoke about last year, this is a lot different. You have to give Dan Quinn the opportunity to cook. Like, let's see what the actual cake turns out to look like. Like, man, he ain't even put the flour in yet. Like, bro, like, just relax. And so I think it's going to be a 4-3. Don't worry. I don't expect to see DeMarcus Lawrence standing up on third down and dropping back in coverage or, you know, a lot of pointing things. I think he's going to simplify things. It's going to be a 4-3, but you can still have 3-4 principles, and he's going to adjust based on our opponent. Right, it's really a simple concept. I don't even know what the hell the argument was today, but like, yeah, you'll adjust. But like, primarily, like we've always said on this show and also Stargate and my channel, it's going to be primarily a nickel or a big nickel, different fronts like that. You really see a 3-4 in the standard anymore at the NFL level because if not, you're going to get cooked doing that in the passing league. And so, yeah, you might have 2 linebackers out there. You might 3. Certain games you might have 4. You might look out there and see, you know, Jalen and Mike at the middle linebacker, and then maybe you have Keanu O'Neal at the wheel and maybe Van Der Esch. Like, there's going to be different looks, man, but just relax some of y'all. Like, bro, like, he's not going to say, you know what, we're going to play a 4-3 under. That's what we're going to play. Hear that, Tom Brady? That's what we're doing. That's what we're like, no, like, all right, let him see who's going to bang out in camp, who's going to be on the roster, what he actually has in-house, and then let Dan Quinn slowly build this defense. And, like, here we go. People are already questioning him, like, he can't do it. Like, here's the thing, y'all. Dan Quinn is playing with house money because he can't get no worse than last year. If the Cowboys had me a defensive coordinator, I can improve from Mike Nolan's defense. I'm like, you know what, Micah Parsons, just go do your thing and rest of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can simplify things. And I feel like for all the people today, specifically, who was questioning Jalen Smith, I feel like Jalen Smith is going to have a decent year next year because Dan Quinn is going to simplify things for him. You're not going to see as much confusion. So, you know, just relax a little bit, Cowboys Nation. I know we're all excited and we like to combat. Well, I don't like to combat, but just chill a little bit. So,
and again, when you see Dan Quinn in the mix of everything, he's looking at his plays what he has. It's like BJ Nix where I'm gonna bring up a comment he said a couple of weeks ago, and it's the truth. Can D-Law play that 5 and a 3-4 as an end? Probably can, but is it worth it? No. He's making he's a pass rusher. So he won't play in that 3-4 end. He'll be on that 4-3. So it's things that people have to consider. It's some of these guys where they cannot play. That's the main thing. Speaking of the devil.
Yeah.
Mr. BJ Nix is in the building. Are you driving?
No. My man is.
Okay. I was about to say, if you're driving, I'm kicking you out.
Yeah, no. We believe in safety around here.
Yeah. If you chimed in while you're in the car, there's definitely something that I brought up that you're like, I gotta get in there.
You know, I was you had hit me. I was like, hey man, I'm in the wind. I'm gonna chill. And then you brought up that damn defensive question. And go, what defense are we going to run? And, here's I just real quick. I ain't gonna hold you up too long. I'm just saying, man, look, how about this? Let's get the training camp and just literally watch this thing flesh out.
Right.
It's such a guessing game right now, guys. We just 8 different guys to this defense via the draft. And you know, obviously you have Dan Quinn, and you know they say one thing, they talk about another thing and whatnot. Man, let's just let it play out. You know, hey, we're looking for content in OTAs, and we're looking for all these different tea leaves and things that we can drop on people, you know, and we want to know. But I mean, look, it's coming. OTAs, a couple of days of OTAs. Let's wait. We'll really get a good sense of the thing once we get
Right.
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 Into training camp. You know, for me, the thing that I liked about today and whatnot is, hey, Casey's on the field, right? He's
Right.
running. Oh, we're seeing those, you know, that kind of. Oh, Neil, what are you running right now? What they got you doing? And we're getting some good about what he's going to be doing at linebacker and things like that. And those are the kind of things I'm trying to sink my teeth into. And hey, man, anything else? Look, we're going to be multiple. How about that? And
Right.
Now, whatever that multiple means within that, they'll know and they'll figure out.
Right.
Yeah. No, 100%, BJ, man. I agree. I listen. I just said defense. What are we running? Everybody's face was like, why?
you know, like you ever watch a movie with somebody, and you're like 5 minutes, and they're like, "Oh, he's the killer!" Like, bro, like, oh, he's the killer for sure. Like, bro, like,
BJ.
It's literally day 2 of OTAs.
Yes, I know. BJ, I appreciate you. You can stick around if you want.
No. I just want to hop in real quick and drop that.
Listen, before you leave, let the people know where to find you, man.
Hey, man, as always, man, come find me on Twitter, your_guy_Nix, and of course, find basically all these guys all the time at different times over there on Stargate podcast YouTube channel, man. Go hit that sub. I'm going to jump back in the comments and keep watching till I get to my destination, man. Y'all keep rocking. Appreciate y'all.
Yo, stay safe, man. And we'll talk soon, man. Yeah, man. I love that guy, man. BJ, smart, very knowledgeable, man. Definitely go check him out. So we jumped on the Jalen Smith. You guys brought his name up, so I'm going to bring up the whole jersey, the whole number 9, the Tony Romo number. And he even reached out to Tony Romo to say, hey, you know, number 9 is coming my way. Are you good? Blah, blah, blah. What do you guys think about it? And do you think that it was a good move?
In my opinion, it was just respect from former player to a current player. I think people took out of precaution, like, is Romo Hall of Fame, X, Y, and Z, yada, yada. Listen, he's one of the all-time Cowboys great. When that Hall of Fame vote comes around, we'll get there. But as far as playing for the Dallas Cowboys, listen, we all know Romo's game, and it was mutual respect. That's all it was. But I think people took out of proportion where he's not a Tom Brady or he's not a Peyton Manning. Why did he have to ask for permission? He didn't ask for permission. He just gave that respect to him and says, well, you know what? I'm going to keep this number 9 alive. Not only because he played Notre Dame or Pee Wee with it his whole life, but out of respect to Romo, keep that number alive. And I'm cool with that.
Well, to backdoor that, he hasn't spoke to Romo yet.
No, from what I saw.
Yeah, well, so what he said that he reached out, but he hasn't talked to him yet.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
All right.
From his press conference when he spoke about it today, he said he reached out, but he hasn't spoken to him yet because Tony's probably busy. He said they'll talk soon. But here's the thing. I keep trying to tell people, when this whole idea originally sparked, Jalen Smith didn't think, oh, man, that's Romo's number. Should I? Like, no. Everybody was doing it online. Like, Zeke was like, boom, 15. Michael Gallup said, oh, bam, maybe I can get, like, he wasn't thinking, oh, man, I would like to go back to 9, but that's Tony Romo's number. Because honestly, it wasn't until someone on Twitter kind of outraged about it. I'm like, oh, damn, that's really Romo's number. What Jalen Smith was thinking, I want to go back to a number that I've always worn from Pee Wee to high school to college. So I got here.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's just a simple thing. Cowboys fans are overreacting. Number 9 is not a hollow number in Dallas. It just isn't. Like, it's not. It's not 8. It's not 12. It's not 22. I mean, we dumped 88 back on CeeDee Lamb's back and forced him into it. So why are people overreacting? It's just people get real touchy when it comes to Romo. But in the end of the day, I don't care if Jalen Smith wears number 2. If he comes back and he's playing lights out again, do your thing. I'm gonna have me a number 9 jersey. It just is what it is. Like, Randy White. Yeah, Randy White is, is his number. Like, so, yeah. I mean, people are overreacting. Like I said, you get people who are sensitive when it comes to Tony Romo, and I see a lot of Jalen Smith hate. And what I've been kind of asking people is like, all right, celebrations and the clear eye view glasses, boom, boom. What are football reasons, conceptual football reasons, why you can say Jalen Smith sucks. I want to hear that from somebody, and no one can really explain it, because what happens is it's kind of this fandom that, if I see one person saying on Twitter, all right, he sucks, I'm gonna roll with that too. We've seen so many people say DeMarcus Lawrence sucks. DeMarcus Lawrence sucks. Well, Professor Otis posted yesterday, PFF has DeMarcus Lawrence as number 7 entering the 2021 season.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So are we talking football, or are we just talking emotions? And I feel like when it comes to Jalen Smith, a lot of people just talk emotions. Like, I don't like him. Yeah, I didn't like when he had the loose one sleeve arm thing the other day, like that. But it's just like, all right, bro. But conceptually, too much sauce. I'm cooking too much. But that's what I want to know, bro. Like, all right, like, oh, okay. Yeah. The tackles are there. They're like, okay, well, he's getting a lot of tackles in a second level. Well, he's getting tackles in the second level because we don't have a defensive front four. Like, that's not his fault.
Right. And if you guys, he led in tackles last year.
Yeah, again, you know what I'm saying? The Pro Bowl season before, but everyone says that typically when Jalen Smith makes tackles, it's 5 yards or 6 yards up the field. Okay, well, that's not his job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, so that's his linebacker. He's the second line of defense. So
I'll tell you, that's what a lot of people are saying. He led in tackles, but then we're like, oh, but how many yards for loss? I'm like,
well, I'll tell you one thing. If we go back to the play with Odell Beckham Jr. with the end around, that embarrassed pretty much the whole defense. If you look at that tackle, you seen Jalen Smith running still behind Odell.
Oh, yeah.
And still touched them in the end zone. So, again, listen, people are nitpicking too much. And sometimes it be the one person with the wrong information. And you have to understand, don't just run what somebody says. Investigate it. Educate yourself. And then go with it. Don't just run with it, because you're gonna come out with the wrong answer, with the wrong stuff, and that's how people are against Jalen. Now, to say that he's not good in coverage is not saying he sucks at linebacker. There's even Hall of Fame linebackers in the NFL that can't cover, especially put him in the best position. That's part of the defensive coordinator, putting the guy in the best position. When they look at D-Law, they look at the popular thing, sacks, right?
Right.
Okay, he don't have enough sacks. But wait a minute, how about run defense? How about the intangibles of the other stuff that he does? And mind you, he's never playing with an all-pro line next to him. He's really by himself. So those are the things that a lot of fans are looking at. And I hate, no disrespect, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but when you watch the wrong people on ESPN, First Take, those guys like that, or Mr. Dan O, those are the ones right there that they feeding you bad stuff. All they care about is ratings. But you're not educating yourself the right way, listening to them at all. And that's the problem.
But you know what? You're right, because I'm guilty of that too. I was dogging D-Law last year and the year before. But when I watch more tape and I see what D-Law, I noticed something. Players don't run towards D-Law's side, because he's a force to be reckoned with. So he has that kind of respect from players, from running backs, to say, well, guess what? D-Law's on this side. I'm not going that way. You know what I'm saying? And he still made a lot of good plays last season. I watched some highlights. So you know what? I'm guilty of that too. And I admit it when I'm wrong. Guys, speak your mind all the time. I do that, but I'm not always right. We're not always right. So with that being said,
exactly what Steve just said, stats don't always tell the true story.
Yeah.
So if I'm Tom Brady and I drop back to pass and DeMarcus Lawrence is rushing me, he doesn't sack me, but I hurry up and rush the throw and throw it out of bounds, then, you know what I'm saying, that's not going to stand out. That's not going to get people excited and jumping and pounding. Like, the people don't see that aspect of the game. Or if DeMarcus Lawrence takes on, a double team, and then Micah Parsons comes off that edge and gets the blitz and gets the sack, that doesn't really show up in DeMarcus Lawrence's stat box. And so did you?
I don't mean to cut you off, Jay, but this is funny. She's moving to change that. I think we say Xavier 3 times. Spoonie will turn into an incredible Hulk, and of course, Professor O has to throw it in there. Xavier.
Yeah.
So
it's my water bottle.
Like I already said, don't just take what we say for granted, or ESPN's like, take it and go see for yourself and make your own decision. But here's what I'll say for a lot of people. When people say I watch film. No, you don't, because I watch film, and personally, I know how tedious it is. and how it's not really accessible and how much you have to pay to get the film. So when people are like, "Oh, I watched the film," no, you watched the game.
The game.
You didn't watch the film.
Yeah.
Because to watch a play 4 to 5 times, rewind it, pause it, slow. Like, it takes up so much damn time. That's why I haven't dropped my undrafted free agency video, because I haven't had time to watch the film because I've been just chilling a little bit. But like, yeah, it really comes down to studying, knowing the game of football, understanding these concepts and what's really going on a play-by-play basis, and it'll start to open up your, how you handle these type of conversations. And like, granted, sometimes it's fun just to, just talk, but if you really want to go to the next level, that's what I recommend for a lot of people. So,
perfect example,
guys. Go ahead, Spoonie.
No, to add on to that, when we traded for Amari Cooper, a first-round pick, right away the media came out and said Amari Cooper 18 drops, right? Just 18 drops. The number,
right?
Did the 18? Did that 18 number? Did that number 18 explain the drops? No. Now, when you go to video and when they show those 18 drops, those throws were those catches were contested. Meaning, basically, he tried to the throws are out of whack, but he tried to get the ball. If you put one fingernail, one pinky on that ball, that counts as a drop. It wasn't like it was his chest or his hands. He dropped it. It was basically like he had a reach for it or whatever. It was out of his area, but he tried to make a highlight reel on those 18. Now, when he came to Dallas, what happened?
Right.
You don't hear that stuff no more. Those are the things. It's pretty much an example of how numbers can be misleading if you don't go behind the story of those numbers.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, it's exactly it. You know what? And I don't know if you guys noticed, but they always look at the negative, and they never really talk about the positive.
Right.
Because Amari Cooper had was still over 1,000 yards last year. He had 92 receptions. So, they're always quick to, he dropped, but they never bring out the positive of what a player does and how good.
Because the media, they're incentivized on sparking conversation for media clicks and avenue rips. So if Dan Orlowski comes and say, "Hey man, I like the Cowboys. Dak plays solid, man. He's going to be a contender, top 5 quarterback." Cowboys fans aren't going to be that emotional about it. But if he comes and says, Daniel Jones is better and Ryan Fitzmagic is better than Dak, then a lot of people think, "What the." And they get outraged. They go on Twitter. They conversate. They watch the video. They comment. Boom, boom, boom. Media ads, revenue. And so it's a game that a lot of Cowboys fans really don't understand how much we chime in and play for it. But it's all a part of it, man. Because if anyone with a half a football mind watches these games, you can't tell me that Amari Cooper isn't a top 5 wide receiver. Now, is he better than CeeDee Lamb? No, but
I can't believe we might have to differ on that going into the season, because I do believe that that's going to put up higher numbers than CD this year.
Right.
I'm willing to put some wings on it.
I'm not going there yet. I've lost so many last year,
but I'm just pointing it out. You brought up. You guys brought up Dak for a second, and I just want to touch a little bit on Dak. PFF FanFinder has him ranked at 7 this year. What do you guys think about that? And do you think, I like what Mike McCarthy said about Dak going into the season. Do you guys think that Dak is a top 10 QB going into the 2021 season?
Yeah, absolutely.
No. No, you top 5.
Top.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. I was going to say that too, but yeah.
Oh, okay, you know what, Spoonie, my heart stopped for a minute.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah. Even I was like, what did he just
top
say?
5.
Yeah. You say top 5 because they
top
got Patrick Mahomes 1. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to be the number 1 QB going into the season. I'm sorry. I think he'll be in the top 5, but I don't think he'll be number 1 going into the season.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady number 2. No, you guys don't agree with that one either?
Nope.
Aaron Rodgers, number 3? No.
Nope.
Like Aaron Rodgers has 2.
You put him higher? Depending if he stays with Green Bay or any team he goes to.
Any team he goes to. Aaron Rodgers is different, y'all. Y'all know me. I love me some Aaron Rodgers. And I love what he said the other day. He was like, they try to get rid of me, not through a wrinkle in their plans, by winning MVP. Like, that's yeah, I got Aaron Rodgers as 2.
Okay, Steve Lupton, if I'm not saying it wrong, I apologize, agrees with you. He's got So I'm just gonna go until we get to Dak. Russell Wilson, number 4.
Yeah, I give Russ up there. Russ, he carries that Seattle offense, man. And I'm sorry they don't do a lot more for him, but
yeah, I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't. Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, number 5. Josh Allen, number 6.
No,
Dak.
No, you see, and that's my issue. Deshaun Watson and Josh Allen are not ahead of Dak.
Right.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah, they're not ahead of Dak. They're not ahead of Dak at all. So
I'll give you Mahomes, Rodgers, and Wilson.
Brady? Oh.
Nah, I'm not Tom Brady. No, not at this stage in his career. No.
You don't think oh well. I have down there Jones at number 2 person.
There you go.
He says joking. Oh, I hope you're joking. And Zeke, I think Zeke, they have him at 12 this year. Am I right?
Yeah, I think he was at 12.
Top running backs. And the reason why I'm bringing up Zeke is because I honestly think he's going to have a crazy...
Steve, and I'm not trying to take anything from Josh Allen, but I just don't think he's better than Dak Prescott. Like, people like, in the NFL, people like quarterbacks who throw a lot. They just throw a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always this thing, and I kind of call it Matt Stafford syndrome. Like, Matt Stafford will air things out, put up really great numbers, but not do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't translate. So,
is he playing this year? It's even still.
Yeah, he's in the Rams. So, yeah. And so it's like, yeah, man, I feel like, Dak Prescott, for everything, because also Dak Prescott is a dual threat. He gives you advantage in the run game as well because he can run the read option, use his legs. So it's like, I like Dak for the full portfolio of what Dak has put together. He's always grown. The arm strength is there. Accuracy is there. Granted, he's always improving from year to year, which I'm excited about for this upcoming season.
Let's go.
I'm not putting that, over that.
Another thing, Chuck.
But here's the thing, I was gonna say, Steve, but we also don't play in the AFC East, bro. Like, it's different. Like, and granted, people want to say the NFC East is that bad. The NFC East is not as bad as everyone wants to think they are. We're not.
See, that's another thing. I slowed this. It is an issue with this. Again, the media, they keep saying the NFC East. Why? Because of the record.
Right.
In the NFC East, they play 60-minute football. They bang each other out. But when it comes to the playoff, what do you always mostly see? The upsets come from where? The NFC East. See, the records don't mean nothing once you're in the playoff. Everybody zip. In the AFC East, the Patriots was ruling that only one time in Tom Brady era has another team won the AFC, the East, and that was the Miami Dolphins. Right. That was it. So all those years, I mean, they were changing coaches and teams and players like underwear every single year while the Patriots were running. So how did anybody even compare that to the NFC East? Now look at NFC East this year. All the stars on this. You got the Giants, got the Galladay, you got the Barkley there, you got the Ross. You know what Dallas has, right? Look at Washington. Fitzpatrick's not a bad quarterback for what he's surrounded by. Okay, look at Philadelphia. Don't sleep about Philadelphia getting Deshaun Watson. That's my prediction. They're gonna get Deshaun Watson. That's my prediction.
Who's gonna get what? Who?
The Eagles. They get 4 first-round picks. They're gonna get Deshaun Watson. Listen, his verdict, his issues with the court is already going towards after next season. 2022 in February, they'll start that. So that means during this whole season, he's not going to deal with it. He will be traded, in my opinion, to the Eagles. That's my prediction. So when that happens, you got most of all the stars aligned in the NFC East, and that's always been. Now, if we want to go business and marketing, we give the ratings, the money, everything.
Yeah,
with the network saying, look at the record. The Giants won the Super Bowl with a bad record, right?
Right.
Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Hell, this division got the most championships.
Right. And who played Tampa Bay? And who played Tampa Bay the closest in the whole playoff run? It was Washington. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the thing is like the NFC East is extremely talented. I think that a lot of teams they just take it for granted. That's
Right.
what it is. Like,
and on top of that, guess what? We all have to rebuild. So it's not, my thing is when all those years when the Stephen A. Smiths of the world saying the NFC East is trash, but also remind the good people in the audience that they are rebuilding. You're going to be trash. How long the AFC has been trash for?
Right.
Come on, you got to be honest. The Chiefs, who's the Chiefs? And on top of that, and I said it on Twitter the other day to all Cowboy Nation. If it's not the Steelers fan base, if it's not the 49er fan base, if it's not the Patriot fan base, and if anybody asks when was the last time the Cowboys won a championship, you come out and say the same amount of years as your team has not caught up yet.
100%. 100%. So let's just jump on the little Zeke, because I still see Zeke getting a lot of hate. And it's frustrating me. They got him ranked at 12, which to me doesn't make sense. He's definitely a top 10 running back in my book. Yeah, he struggled last year, 100%. Does he look good this year? To me, I don't know about you guys, but I like what I'm saying. Everybody's like, yeah, but that's all media hype, and he's doing all that just to get people talking and everything. But I honestly think that he's focused this year. Do you guys see that from Zeke?
Just look over your left shoulder, Sid. That's it. That's it. That's exactly what's going to happen. He has his dog back. I feel like Zeke is going to be more than ready. Just like the video I posted today, man. You get Dak Prescott back. It's a lot because NFL teams were not idiots, right? Dak Prescott is out. Your offensive lineman is hurt. You have Garrett Gilbert, but you have Ezekiel Elliott. You are not going to beat me with Zeke. Period. That's what it is. So he faced a lot of unfavorable matchups. Now, granted, I can't get behind all the fumbling issues, but for the most part, Zeke had a decent year based on the considering factors.
He still put over 1,000 yards.
I think what a lot of people thought is that we were going to give Zeke the ball 100 times in that last year. He's going to carry us to the playoffs. And, even though we didn't make the playoffs, we were still on the cusp of making it. But I just feel like there were so many deciding factors last year. You really have to take into consideration what happened last year from contacts, defensively and also offensively. We didn't have our quarterback. We didn't have our offensive line. We had 3 to 4 different quarterbacks trying to figure things out. We had our one backup quarterback. He got his head knocked off. It was just a bad season. And people can't understand. We just had a bad season last year, y'all. So if you think that Zeke is not even a top 10 running back at this point, prove it. Why? I don't see why. Everything is there. The burst is still there. The speed is still there. Does he have the breakaway runs? No, but he can still get in the end zone. I feel like where Zeke really needs to, get better next year is not really on Zeke. As from an athletic standpoint, is how does Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy utilize Zeke in a more efficient manner? That's what it really comes down to. And I think that's what we're going to see. But it's from a talent perspective, it's still all there with Zeke.
Yeah, 100%.
You have the You have the list of the guys ahead of him?
Yeah, so I have the list of the guy, so Derrick Henry, number 1, hands down, I agree with. You guys with me on that?
I would have put number 1, but he should be. I would put number 1, but go ahead.
Dalvin Cook is number 2, Minnesota. Then we got Christian McCaffrey, Panthers. Nick Chubb. Alvin Kamara at number 5. I don't know. I'm not agreeing with that one. Aaron Jones. Saquon Barkley, number 7 over Zeke.
Yeah, you see what my issue is? They using those running back. Those are the ones that they get a lot of passes out in the backfield as well. Zeke doesn't have. They don't see. Here's the thing: if you go back to Ohio State, can Zeke do that? Of course he can.
Right.
He's not. They're not utilizing him like that. In the NFL today, basically run the rock. That's all he is. Now screen passes. Yes, you're gonna see some screen passes, but in my opinion, when it all boils down to it, they're not using Zeke the way McCaffrey's used, Kamara's being used, pretty much the way Derrick Henry's being used. Now, Derrick Henry, his best years was his last 2 years. Zeke has been doing the damage since he walked on the field. This is what I understand.
Right. They came out in the same draft. People forget that.
the same trap. Derrick Henry just now showing up lately. Zeke, even when Zeke was missing games because of his court issues, he was still busting that behind. So all these guys that come and I'm no disrespect, Barkley. Listen, when your owner or the GM tells you, "I'm not picking up your 5th-year option," that tells me that they're all still confused in the room. Are they gonna pick you up to sign you? Has Zeke gotten that issue? No, he hasn't. So my thing is this: who this by PFF?
Yep.
PFF. Well, listen, this is where Professor O, Matt Owens, needs to go in that office and rip all that shit off the table and clarify everything. If Professor O is there, I'm PO. This is my house. Y'all did this wrong. Because there's no way in hell I'm gonna pick guys that lately. This is lately. Now with Zeke issue, Tuck just said it. Offensive line injury, your quarterback. It was bad all year. It was bad. So what do you think? Kamara would have had a great year. You think Barkley would have had a great year?
So let's run down the list. So you had Derrick Henry. So does Derrick Henry have a top 5 quarterback? No. Does Dalvin Cook have a top 5 quarterback? No. Did Christian McCaffrey? No. Nick Chubb? No. Keep going. Alvin Kamara now? No.
Aaron Jones, Green Bay?
Yeah. But here's the thing. Like, we don't need Zeke to be 2016 Zeke anymore. That's the problem. It's like I posted the video the other day. Is like what Zeke needs to be is the wild thing, the closer. In that 4th quarter, after we done aired y'all ass out with CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup and Blake Jarwin, and we hit y'all from so many different angles. All right, here we bring in the closer, Ezekiel Elliott, and we're going to run this ball down your throat. Like, I feel like that's where Zeke really needs to be utilized. But, even though Professor O says that he's got a lot of targets in the passing game, a lot of these targets that Zeke were getting last year is kind of just like, all right, like, tossing out, on say, I don't know, different wheel routes and different things like that versus using him in an effective manner. Now, I feel like if I'm going to use one of our running backs from that capacity, it would be more Tony Pollard because Tony Pollard really has that game-breaking position or ability. But if you go back and watch that Rams game from last year, I tell everybody that play that Zeke when he was like 5 Rams players around Zeke, that was off a pass. And so you got to get Zeke in space. You got to let him create, but it's all still there, y'all. I think people are just nitpicking because they want 2,000 yards from Zeke. But if we get 2,000 yards from Zeke and 15 touchdowns, then it's going to be Dak's fault he didn't throw for 5,000 yards. And we didn't even sign. And so that's here the thing. It's like, bro, Cowboys fans just can't be happy. I think Mike McCarthy, just like Steve said, and Kellen Moore, just really had to put this puzzle together. How are we going to work out all these weapons that we got? But I feel confident they'll be able to do so.
Use Zeke like Chubb and Hunt. If you could use Zeke like Chubb and Hunt, where they both keep each other fresh, but you maximize the ability, we will be fine. And to Steve's question about, do I think Pollard needs more touches? Yes, I do.
Yeah,
why?
Absolutely.
Because he's a game breaker. Listen, I've been a big fan of him out of Memphis. The man, if we go back to that Eagles game, not last year, the year before, when
the Rams game in 2020 when we played at home, when Zeke and Pollard both got off. That's exactly how our offense can be.
Yeah. Listen, if they utilize both of them the right way, we'll be fine.
Yeah, 100%. Jay, man, I forgot to tell you, and I'm going to tell you here on live. I have one of these posters for you that I'm going to be sending you.
Oh, appreciate it, my man.
The top one up here, the white one with Zeke. I've been meaning to take. It's right here. Okay.
Appreciate
so,
it.
guys, everybody in the chat, the second picture that I have here, I'm going to be doing a few live streams in the next couple of days. I'm going to be registering anybody who subscribes, comments in the chat. I will be drawing the second poster with Dak and Zeke, which is also right here, and I will be sending it to a lucky winner. And guys, I'm not just going to do it on my channel. If you guys go to Star Gang and comment, and Jay Tuck's channel as well, and comment, he would let me know who has been commenting on their videos. And I'm going to put that in the basket, guys, and I'm going to be drawing it, and it'll be from all of us, and I'm going to send it to one lucky winner. So, guys, please comment below, subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely be drawing this And these are things that are going to be upcoming. I know J Tuck's been doing some big things as well. I know Stargan's going to start doing it, and so am I. I'm going to be doing lucky winners all the way up and throughout the season. So please definitely click that subscribe button, comment, and I will be definitely drawing that poster right down here where Dak and Zeke are jumping in the air with each other. It's an amazing poster. And the one up top for you is Jay, man. That was for you. I did it for you, and I've been meaning to reach out to you and
Appreciate
get your address, but I want to send that to you, man. So you definitely can have that because that's a big thing. And Spoonie, don't worry, man. I'm gonna get you as well. I have big things coming, so keep you guys in the loop. Guys, I want to thank you for coming on the show like always. We always chop it up, and I like to just talk about what's happening today, now, and what's going to be happening in the future with the Dallas Cowboys. I hope we're going to I want to see, guys, you know what I wish? I wish I could go to sleep and wake up tomorrow and the season would start.
It's gonna be a long road. I can already tell how Cowboys Nation is behaving right now. It's gonna be a long summer, man.
I want to say this. I gotta say this, and this is to all the other non-Cowboys fans and who's watching. If the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl, and for all the BS that we've been taking for the past couple of years, I'm telling you right now, we all gonna have double accounts because they're gonna have to kick us out of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and I mean we're gonna go ahead and here's the thing.
We're going live for a week.
A week. Listen, especially if the parade in Dallas, which I definitely will be going to that. We're gonna tear up the whole frame because I really do feel we're gonna have one of those special years. Just because I believe in stories. Dak coming back, the Cowboys finally getting well-known, established head coaches. This young defense. We're seeing a whole lot. A lot of us are still stuck in that Garrett era. Yeah. This is why we already until we see something this season and feel good about it the first couple of games. That's when we're gonna just transition into Mike McCarthy, Dan, in this new era of football. We're still stuck in the old era because we haven't seen any improvement yet. But I really do feel this season we're gonna see something.
Guys, before we go, Mike McCarthy, when he first started coaching the Green Bay Packers, he went 8-8. Mm-hmm. His second year, he went 13-3.
Yeah.
Like I believe this is going to be a big year for the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be everybody's like, "Oh, Mike McCarthy messes up this year. Is it time to get rid of him?" No.
We just gotta stay healthy. We just gotta stay healthy, man. That's the most important piece. So
that's it. So I'm with you guys on that. Jay, man, let the fans know. Look, that's over here. Please let the fans know where to find you, man. And guy, you know what? You're doing everyday streams, and I check you out, man. Big things. You're getting a lot of love from people, and I appreciate what you're doing. Very knowledgeable, man, and I keep doing it, man. I love it.
Appreciate it, man. I do it for the culture, man. Because tell you, it's not easy, man. But you guys can find me on Twitter, of course, at JTuck151, also on my YouTube channel, Cowboys Fans Only. And they can catch me on Wednesday nights. I won't be there tomorrow night with my Star Game fam because it's anniversary night, so I'm gonna be out doing that whole ordeal. But definitely catch me with them. And also, man, on CowboysFansOnly.com, y'all ask me, shall receive answers. You can see that. Boss Man Fat flamed up New Orleans style t-shirts, man. So I got those on the site, man. Got some more stuff coming, and I'm cooking up for y'all, man. Real special, man. I appreciate all support. Everyone in the chat's rocking with me. Appreciate you, Sig. You already know how I rock with you, my guy. And like I said, it's going to be a bumpy road till we get to the training camp, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. Yo, just to let you know, Steve Lupton, he got fired 12 years after his coaching season with the Green Bay Packers. So just saying. Spoonie, man, let them know where to find you, man.
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at Spoonie881. And again, you can find me right there on Stargate Podcast with B. Nix, Mariella, Mr. Tucker, and the PO, Professor O.
Whoa, 100%. Moving the chains.
You got blocked by Cole Beasley? Jeez. Yeah.
Wow. How'd you get blocked? How'd you get blocked by Cole Beasley? Like, what did you say?
Yeah.
And Cowboys Nation was on Cole Beasley's head the other day. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bought one of the CD lines.
Appreciate you.
J Tuck, stunning. Yeah, man. Guys, definitely go check that out, man. 100%. And definitely go check out, before I let you guys go, don't forget to check out Moving the Chains new website, RikaMovesTheChains.com. I'd like to know where Rika came from. If that's your real name, please let me know. Oh, it is? See, I didn't even know. I just knew where I was moving the chains.
Let me see if I get it right. Is it Marjorica? I think I got. Nah, I butchered that.
She'll let us know in the chat in 2 seconds, man.
I tried.
Guys, definitely thanks for tuning in to Speak Your Mind all the time. Please go subscribe to everyone's channel. All their information will be in the description below right after this. I always post it afterwards. It's always all there. Go check out their Twitter, Instagram. Yo, Jay is crazy on Twitter, man. I think this guy's gonna.
I'm trying not to be, man.
You're always chatting it up. Always chatting it up.
I want to take a sabbatical, man. I tried to, but nobody would let me. Marika.
Oh,
Marika.
So it's Rika Marika?
No. Sid, that's just the spell it, man. Marika. That's her name.
Okay, wait. What's her first name?
Marika.
Marika's her first name. Okay. I'm sorry. let me just get off this down live. It's your boy Sid, man. And guess what? I'm out. And I appreciate all the love, man.